It's 1990. It's a Saturday morning and I'm still in my pajamas. I'm slurping the last of my cereal milk in front of the TV after watching the Tom and Jerry show. I get up to put up my bowl and I spot my mom at the kitchen table, who appears to be scrapbooking. She calls me over and she asks me a familiar question. What do you want to be when you grow up? Every year my answer was the same. A dancer. Except for one year, my answer actually became oddly specific. A Mexican dancer. That made a lot of sense though, because I used to dance folklorico growing up. I was that passionate little girl in those colorful dresses with the too big for me shoes, click-clacketing to those celebratory sounds that hit your chest before it makes it to your ears. I loved it. Dance, it was the thread that I carried from my childhood to adulthood. And the studio was the one place that I felt fluent and free from having to decide what I wanted to be when I grew up. Until about my last year in university. I walked away from it. Not because I stopped loving it, but because I learned what I thought was the golden rule of success. If you want to be successful, pick one practical thing and go all in. Dance, it was impractical. So I chose a career in banking. Yeah, no. For a while it worked, until I was working about 12-hour work days, and I had given my best self to everyone else. And all I really had time for was to work, eat, doom scroll, repeat. During one of my doom scroll sessions, I remember that I started to notice that I was skipping past these dance videos, the ones that took me back to a version of myself that I loved. Because every time I saw someone on that screen dancing, I felt an ache in my stomach. So I kept pushing down that feeling, the thing that I loved, and I put it into a drawer called Someday. You know the one, right? It's like that junk drawer that we all have, the one that holds the hammer and the random candle that were once significant to us. And, something, we don't know what, but something tugs on us to keep it there, just in case we might need it later, right? Dance had lived in that junk drawer for 19 years. It had remained significant to me, but I didn't have the time to get back to dance. I didn't even have the energy to get up and sign up for a class. But there comes a moment when you realize that you have been negotiating away your life. My moment came, it wasn't that long ago, it was at the end of 2023. And I started to notice this way of living in a lot of different people, myself included. We all seem to be obeying the same rule. Work first, play later. It's like this internal negotiation we have that says, once I hit this milestone or once I get past this season, but then later never comes. I saw this especially in my high-achieving friends. People who said to themselves, I'm going to get this work on getting this promotion right now. I'm going to give it 110%, and then I'll make time for my passions. And then I'll be able to go to the gym consistently. And then I'll start living. And then they wake up, they're successful, but they still feel like something is missing. You might know the kind of person I'm talking about, right? You see, when you pour yourself all into one area or one life goal, you start to lose connection to all of the other parts of you. And if that one thing were to disappear, the title, the opportunity, the role, it wouldn't just disappoint you. It would shake up what you think you're here for. But the problem, it isn't that we prioritize becoming successful or even following a traditional path. That's not it. The problem is this rigid pathway we take to get there. As if when becoming successful in one life area, we can't also become successful in another at the same time. It's either all or nothing. Now, this all or nothing thinking, it does work for some people. But for the rest of us, we don't want to be defined by one thing. We want to live diversified lives, lives where we create, we move our bodies, and we rest. And then we wake up to chase that dream that just won't leave us alone. And we want to do that all in the same week.
That's right.
Yeah. You know what I think it is that we are really asking for? Capacity. But in order to have the capacity to do all the things, we're taught that something needs to give. But what if, stick with me here, okay? What if you could go from zero to everything without it costing you anything? Anything more than you have to give? Now that question, it changed the direction of what I study, and it fundamentally changed how I live my life. Because professionally, I do study how people pursue multiple goals. And over the past couple of years, I've run some groups to find out what happens when people try and chase multiple goals at once and go from zero to everything at the same time. And what I found surprised me. Not only could people like you and me with real lives and responsibilities and families pursue multiple big goals at the same time, we can do it without the burnout and without the overwhelm. And let me tell you exactly how this works. One of the women in my group, we're just going to call her Lena for today, okay? Lena had two big goals in her life. She wanted to become more active and become a grounded person. And during vacation, she told me that she had missed the bus. And normally that would have frustrated her, but she decided that she would drop her bags on the sidewalk and stretch. Just for a few minutes. And then when she got to the beach, she couldn't take a nap, so she decided that she would meditate instead. And somewhere between the bus stop and the shoreline, it hit her. I'm pursuing multiple goals right now. She didn't need a gym or a fancy routine. She showed up with the capacity that she had, and she let all effort count. And over time, her capacity to hold more and more goals expanded. So let's take this one layer deeper. Lena did follow an approach I call the flexible effort approach. Do what you can with the capacity that you have and let all effort count. It's kind of like tending to a garden. Some days you're planting, pruning, and watering. Other days you're just making sure that nothing has died. You understand that with gardening, all effort counts. So you keep going. Now let's put this into perspective with a goal that you might all be familiar with. Become a TEDx speaker. Traditional goal advice says to set a specific, measurable, attainable, relatable, time-bound goal. But then life happens. And 2 years have gone by since you even submitted an application. Flexible effort works differently. Instead of one rigid pathway to achieving a goal, there are levels. Easy effort actions, mid-effort actions, and high-effort actions. So yes, even a busy professional with unpredictable energy cycles can achieve her dream of hitting the TEDx stage. By the way, I'm her, and I'm standing right here. Flexible effort was how I made it to the stage. But what about you? What does easy, mid, and high effort actions look like for the goals in your life? Remember, all effort counts. And when you allow all effort to count, this idea of going from zero to everything becomes realistic. Speaking of being realistic, let's try something really quick. I want you to think about something that you've been postponing, a big goal, a dream that you have. It's probably tucked back in that drawer called Someday. And I want you to pull it out, and don't worry, you don't have to show anyone, but I want you to think about this. And I want you to think, if you had to take action on that thing today, considering that you're all in conference, what level of effort would you have to give it? Here's the key. All effort counts. You do not have to give up anything. You do not have to leave parts of yourself in that junk drawer called Someday. Leverage flexible effort to pursue multiple goals. Not because you've worked to earn it, but because you deserve it. And that's how you go from zero to everything that matters. Thank you.